Hello everyone,
Hello, everyone.
how are you, Nifse?
I'm great, Adam. How are you?
I'm fine also, thank you a lot. And today this episode will take place in conversation, like rather than like a technical episodes we do. And probably we are sharing our experiences here, and we wanted to reach the audience who are interested in SEO field, SEO job position, or who have question marks in their mind about why I should be an SEO expert, etc. That's why we together with my new SEO teammate Nefse, and we wanted to this episode and talk about our SEO adventure. So welcome everyone, and welcome Nefse also.
Thank you, Adam. Welcome, everyone. I'm really happy for being here. It is really nice and this kind of experience. And so let's start.
So can you introduce yourself, Nefse? Who are you? And
Okay. Okay, that's a great idea, Adam. I'm Nefise. I'm 27 years old, and I think 7 months ago I started to this journey because I was an employee and I want to start a new career. So I decided that I need to find something. So I'm here, and today I am a SEO specialist at Boost Trust, and I want to talk about my how was my journey, how did I became this journey. So
don't give a spoiler, please. All right. So this is actually what we will cover today. In this episode, I will ask Nefise these questions, and she will answer these questions as much as possible about her own process. And these questions will be like, how did she start this adventure as a SEO expert, and what are the most challenging parts of SEO, and for her, and what's the first thing she learned about SEO, and what should she to do be a good SEO expert, and she is also will give an advice and tips for new SEO candidates. That will be our calendar actually for this episode. So this is the first question, Nefise, for you. Like, what did you do and do before became an SEO expert before?
yeah, actually my CV is kind of crazy because it's like I jumped everything because every time I told myself I don't want to be a person who did same job for years, for 10 years,
Yeah.
for 20 years after graduate university. I want to see myself every time in different places. So the first professional job is teaching because I graduated Istanbul University Turkish Literature and a language department. So I was a teacher in a language school. And then probably 1 year later I quit because I thought that I don't want to be teacher anymore because it's kind of boring. I'm sorry for that. Actually, I'm still teacher. I'm teaching Turkish to foreign people who live in Turkey, but I'm talking about something different, not this kind of teaching. And then, and then I was working as an editor on websites. I produce contents. I write lots of articles about lots of different things. And then I was a communication officer in one of the NGOs in Turkey. And then I was a researcher on a Twitter project. So actually, yes. So like I said before, it's like a crazy stuff. I jumped teacher and then editor, communication officer, researcher, and etc. So and then what did I do before became an expert after those stuff? Actually, there are lots of stuff, but the first those fourth was the significant one. So those
Yeah,
are.
I'm seeing like lots of different positions here, and that's the last one is researcher. So what were you searching, like researching in that job? You said Twitter researcher, yeah?
not TÜBİTAK researcher. You know,
To be
TÜBİTAK is
tag.
a technological
I'm
and
sorry.
scientific council of Turkey. There was a research about Istanbul earthquakes and media. We
Wow.
try to understand the effect of news on a public sphere. So I was responsible for the media part. There we are making how can I say meeting with public person who experienced earthquakes before. So I was a researcher there, and then that we finished our research, and then I was suddenly an employee.
When you say like I'm a researcher, like Twitter researcher, I said, "Wow, that's so cool." But when you say that's a Twitter researcher, it's more
More,
cooler.
it's more.
Yeah,
I know that. I know.
I'm shocked again. And you are researching something, and now probably you are researching also for the SEO for the websites. Yeah, like you are doing, and you are also now focusing on more data, and you are also focusing on the data for the this job. Yeah, like for the to be that.
Yeah, exactly, because it's kind of skill, and if
Yeah,
you have this kind of thing, if you love research something, it's continue for
yeah,
everything.
perfect. So, my second question will be like, how you decided to become an SEO expert? What was your journey for this position?
Yeah, it's a lovely journey actually, because I remember the first time when I met computer or internet or Google. I want to mention about that because it's kind of funny, because now I'm kind of flirting with Google. I'm kind of suggestive. But
Perfect.
but for many years from now, I didn't know anything about that. For example, I don't remember what's my age, but we went to internet cafe with my brother for playing a game, because in that times computer meanings only game for me, or just using paint. There's some geometrical stuff and you can make a home with that. So the only meaning is that. So but at the same time, I know that some of my friends doing their homework in the computer, because they're using internet. So we don't have computer in our home, so we went to internet cafe with my brother, and then I asked. And by the way, all of you probably know that the area of the atmosphere of the internet cafe, there are lots of computer, and there is a guy who owns this coffee, and then sitting on his chair, and then check everything. So and then I went that guy, and I asked this question. um, how can I write, or where I can write my query on the computer? And then he laughed, because I don't know, there's a Google, there's a search bar, and he shows the Google search bar, and then I was like, oh, I can write here, and then I can find some results. And then this is the first time I met Google. So now, as I'm said before, it's like the playing with Google now, and I feel very happy. But of course, this is a kind of long story, but as I said before, I'm working on a TÜBİTAK project as a researcher. Our project is finished, and then I thought that maybe I can start a new career, because I need money, because I need to pay my bills, my rent. But also, I love digital culture, because in master degree,
Yeah,
I'm digital culture, and I love, because it's a live, it's alive. I can feel it, I can see it, because I can use computer, I can use telephone, smartphone, or social media. So all about is digital culture, and it's all about the curiosity of human being actually. So I love this curiosity,
yeah,
and also I want that my job to push me to learn new things actually, because if I'm just being a normal teacher, maybe in a high school, probably I won't change myself. It's about me. But now, every day I learn new things, because I need to learn, because it's like a race.
yeah.
If you
Of
don't
course, like
new thing,
that's this.
you're going to be fail, right? Yeah, you need to learn. So you have to learn. And also I realized that for many years, I did some things related with SEO because I was an editor. I produced lots of content. For example, there is an article about my gender studies on my master program. I post this article on academia.edu, and then because of the title tag, because of the user intent, lots of people read that article. And now I realize that it's about the user intent because uh, yeah, there is no conscience. The title of article is what is queer theory. So there is a what question. So this is the user intent, and now I said, yeah, it's because of
Oh,
that. Wow.
that's perfect. And you gave an example from Internet Cafe. You know that was really kind of old days, old and sad days. And Roman commented about that, like you said, flirting with Google is fine. At least you don't manipulate their algorithm.
Of
And in
course.
that old days, you know, that's every time like they were doing some SEO, and that was kind of manipulating the Google. But from that old days to now, the current situation, Google improved itself very well with the algorithm, with AI, machine learning, etc. Yeah, that's what I say. And probably like you learned lots of things from your researcher background, and probably you will use these talents in this SEO industry. So, do you want to add more your experience, or maybe I can give an example from myself, from my background?
Okay, so please you tell me something, and I will
For
continue.
example, like my SEO background is like I was doing this job for example, like in my high school life, and I was a person who created website projects and created different websites almost every month. Trust me, like I was creating a website and buying domains and you know, hostings, and every time I am creating website projects. And one of them, maybe I can give an example from the most successful one. I had a like transparent PNG stock image website, and after just 1 month, I have created that with just HTML and CSS. That's all. Like I was doing that with just Notepad. I was not using any IDE or something another software for that. After that, I explored the WordPress, and I said, you know, like the old HTML, if you are creating some pagination, you need to always update it, and you need to always change your HTML. And I met with the WordPress CMS. After that, I have created my migrate my website to the WordPress system, and I was always learning something. And after like 2 months, I realized that my pages are dominating the Google images. And for example, if you are writing a football players, also like for example, like Cristiano Ronaldo was also popular. He was so young in my high school life. And if you were writing something like Cristiano Ronaldo PNG, like my website is appeared there. And after that, yeah, like I was using these projects for my SEO background. And in my university, like university life, I was doing my department was business administration, and also I was interested with the marketing and digital marketing, etc. And after I have graduated my university, I said myself like I need to combine these like webmaster skills from my old days, from high school life, and this is my another like skill, like for data marketing, what I learned from business administration, because you need to also you need to also communicate with the brands you are working with. So I said myself, okay, SEO, that's really a great position for you, and you need to improve yourself in this position. Maybe like also I am seeing some DMT candidates from here, and maybe they can also like say then like I know how Google works. I know what the digital environment, what's the content, what's the websites in their technical side, etc. And also they can improve themselves in the SEO position. Yeah, that's all.
Of
What
course.
I give an example in this slide. So if you have any question, by the way, you can use this comment site and we can answer this question, because that's not a technical episode. As I said,
Yeah.
we are just sharing our journey. We are sharing our experiences, but not our SEO experiences. We are just sharing our life experiences for SEO. So third question for you, Nefse. What was the first thing you learned about SEO?
Yeah.
Probably you have great experiences for this question.
Yeah, it's like a big step to me because yeah, after the creature on the no. Okay, so I'm sorry, I lose my
No, no, no.
attention.
That's
I
perfect.
love this meme, by the way. Like I love Legolas. I love Ring of the Lord of the Rings. So I want to put this because it's like a. So I remember the first day of the SEO agency. So I was internship before Boost Trust in one agency, digital marketing agency, and I remember my first day. So I sit on my chair, I open my computer, and then they start to teach something. There's a tutor in there. So everyone knows that, of course, when you click the right on your mouse, you can see a page. It appears a new page, and it's all about the code system on your website. So ever since I learned the computer, I afraid of that page because I thought that I'm gonna broke the website. I'm gonna ruin the website because it's complicated. So and this day I learned that so it's not something you should afraid. You can like you need to love that page and then you can change something on that page actually. And now and then I realized that it's just like the structure of the website. It's the website. So it's the HTML structure, as you know, and then I write something on that page. I changed the logo title on the website, and I was like, "Oh my god, did I change it? I did something on this page, and then I can see on a live, and I feel myself like an engineer because I graduated literature. All my stuff is every time all about words, novels, poems, romance, but now it's about numbers, and it feels really cool. And then this was the first thing. Of course, I know some conceptual thing about SEO because I was an editor, but this is the first technical thing. So I want to mention about that. I wanted to mention about that. Like
Perfect.
this one. So
That's
do you kind of funny story about it?
actually I don't have kind of this story for my first thing because I don't remember it. But your story was amazing, really. And yeah, that's when you are inspect something on the website, actually that's the box which channel you need to mention or you need to talk for the technical team. They don't understand the front end. They just you need to say them, all right, that's the problem here in these codes, and can you change it or can you optimize it, etc. Yeah, technical team, and you say like software developers likes these messages or these tasks. All right, so maybe we can pass the fourth question. And this question is about like, what are the most challenging parts of SEO, like for you?
For me, actually, it depends on the project and situation and my feelings actually, because ch- we can see challenging part in every time in our life. So because it's a job, it's a project, it's a journey. We can face lots of stuff like that. But for especially in SEO, I think the most challenging part is. I list something, but I don't. I want to want to say something different. It's like a race, as I said before. It's really new. Every time, every day, everything can change. So, for example, I follow some newsletter, and then every month I can took several different article I can see in my mailbox, or on Twitter, or on LinkedIn. People write something, people create something, because SEOs try to find new ways. So it's kind of challenging for me because I'm kind of new on this sector. There are lots of things that I'm gonna learn, but at the same time, it's growing, right? I sometimes I feel like, just please stop, okay? I'm gonna read it and then please post something. I think the most challenging part is for me, and the other one is to finding trusted information. Yeah, because of this kind of producing stuff, the mass producing, you can also find lots of wrong detail about maybe about technical stuff or content stuff. It's kind of challenging, I think. And also convince your clients, convince your team, maybe, because people, of course, people sometimes don't know that technical stuff about SEO. For example, you can say something, we find some problem on your website, we need to fix it, so we can offer these solutions, but those guys don't know that. So first of all, you need to convince them, because sometimes it takes many days, or maybe they need
Yeah.
to spend money, of course. So they need to care that, they need to careful about that. So this is the other challenging part. And also learning how to be original is also challenging, because you need to find your way. But of course, you need to learn all thing actually. But so because of that, it's a really long way. I think those stuff are the challenging part. And I love also this meme, because this meme express my feelings, because sometimes people say that I want to rank on the first page in a week, but it's impossible.
Yeah. Everyone wants that.
I want that before them. I
Yeah.
really want that.
And your competitor also wants that, you know.
Yeah.
That's the that's the like a dilemma for SEO. Yeah, for me, like the biggest challenge is kind of uh, move forward in line with, mutual goal with the brands for the SEO. Because, like, in other words, if you cannot achieve this coordination with the brand you are working with, success is kind of unfortunately far from you. Because maybe you produce project that's really really important for you, and for the in terms of SEO, and you discover, like, maybe like you discover large part of project for the organic side, but maybe these actions can be delayed from brand side, or maybe this process is not progress effectively. These problems also makes this part is more challenging for the SEO side. You are not doing this alone, because you need to work with the content side, marketing side, technical side. That's the most challenging part for me. Of course, like uh, your list is also really important for us, because there's also challenges for the SEO. But for me, yeah, that's communication is kind of challenging for the SEOs, because you are doing this job with for the brands, and they are taking this product from you, and they are paying for you for this, and they are always waiting something from you.
Yeah,
But if you are not running this process with the brand at the same time, that's the problem.
of course,
Yeah,
of course.
that's
And maybe
challenging part for me.
we can add convince web developer also, because there is a competition between SEOs and web developer. They don't understand us, we don't understand them. So every time you need to convince before the client.
And as Roman said, no SEO want to hurt any website's performance. Of course, that's true. And okay, maybe this is the another question for you. What should you do like to be a good SEO expert? What was that?
Yeah, actually, I list lots of things, but again, I want to start with something different. My lovely manager every time says that don't take it personal. If you want to be a really good SEO expert, please don't take personal any comment, any complaint, because it's not all about you. And also, I guess 2 days ago, Google post a tweet about the content is, sorry, I guess they said your health is more important than content. So
I've seen that. That was
yeah,
amazing, really.
it was
I've
amazing.
I've
So
loved a lot.
first thing, don't take it personal. Just be calm and just make your project, and you're gonna be okay. So I can say that to all friends uh, in here. So the other one is understand how search engines works. Of course, so our tool is Google actually before everything.
Yeah.
So this is our machine, Google our machine. So of course you need to understand how this machine works. You need to understand that. And the other one is learn the basic search engine marketing concepts, of course, because not every time you are gonna engage with SEO. So maybe you have a meeting with the all growth team. There are PPC teams or the other analytics teams or the social media teams. You need to understand the metrics. So the other one is understand the true meaning of SEO. It's kind of romantic way. So there's only one meaning actually. So these algorithms. So Google wants to show to people some correct information, correct results. So this is, I think, the meaning of SEO, the basic one. So and the other one is stay informed about SEO changes we mentioned before. So everything can change in every day in SEO life. It's like an ecosystem. It's like a universe. So you need to follow those changes. So the other one is, I think, good communication skills. It is really important because you have a project and you need to convince your clients, convince your team, and if you want to convince them, you have to be good communication skills. This is really important because maybe you have the most successful project, but if you don't tell to others, you cannot be successful, I guess. The other one is curiosity. It is important. You need to curious about everything, about Google, about search engine, about the other sector actually. Because I sometimes I find myself, I heard something, at the same time they don't finish their sentence. I found myself searching that thing. So what is that? So I think this is curiosity, and also patience. It's the most important part. As I'm said before, I will tell this more and more time. Be calm, stay calm, and then just do your projects. For if you want to be really good SEO expert,
And don't take it personally.
don't take
That's the most important one.
that every time, every time.
In my opinion, like kind of biggest potential in SEO is like reading data. I really like data. For example, like it is necessary to drown in the data of the behavior of the user, especially in the search engine. Or you have to dive deep into the data, like of the our competitor websites. You like competitor websites datas, what like they are tracking traffic, which keywords, which pages, how they have landing pages, blog pages, etc. I think like there's a lot of potential here. Like maybe you can find potentials on your website, or you can find another um, projects you can create with this data. So for me, yeah, maybe you're not successful in reading data, but you need to be you need to be you need to like data actually, because
Mhm.
for example I really like for example I was searching as a dress, for example, or a shirt, and I really like to researching which color most demanded from the people, and I was always looking at that just for a hobby. Amazing. That's that's our I don't know, like maybe we are doing this in our life also. And yeah, that was kind of hobby for me. Like, oh my God, that shirt is like, for example, red shirt is more demanded one. And yeah, that's kind of maybe I can give an example for this. Data is also so important to be really good SEO expert.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I remember the time that our that there was the economy. It's about economic problem in Turkey, so they declared some new projects, and that night, I searched. I thought that probably people gonna search this word tonight, and then I checked every day. Yeah, like I was told. So lots of people search that word because sorry, it's about the digital engagement actually. So so because of that, I like it.
Yeah, guys, if you are operating in Turkey, please, you need to know how economy works and
Yeah,
what's the sociology, and you need to combine all of them. Of course, that's also important for the global side, but I
yeah,
think it's more important in Turkey. For example, maybe you are making some changes in the e-commerce website, and its traffic can be increased, but maybe that's not a case study. Maybe it's because of the economic situation.
yeah,
So so yeah, that's another important.
yeah.
You need to learn another disciplines very well in for the Turkey. So I think that's the last question. I think that's a similar one, but
Yeah,
maybe
kind of.
we can give tips for new SEO candidates. They are also watching us for like new DMT candidates on this stream. So, what's your tips for new SEO candidates?
Yeah. So there is a SEO universe. I said there is a SEO ecosystem. So if you want to be part of this system, maybe you can use some social media channels like Twitter, LinkedIn. You can follow the people from there. You can ask question to people. For example, on Twitter, you can ask to question to John Miller, and sometimes he answers it, and it's kind of cool, you know. So please follow this kind of person, or there are lots of people, there are lots of
Yeah,
SEOs who produce a really nice job, nice work. You can follow them. Also, if you had a chance, you should practice what you have learned about SEO on your website, on your own website. Maybe you can open your website about everything. It can be about everything, so you can practice this kind of stuff. And also keep an open mind and try your own ways. It is really important. Also, you shouldn't stuck with the old solution, old ways. You can find your own way. And also produce, create, investigate everything, in every time, in every day. It must be like your daily thing, your casual life. It's like this. So, and also keep calm again, because every time
yeah.
it's not about only SEO. It's about
No
everything.
stress, please. No
Not
stress. Yeah, I think so. Like for the social media, there are really useful, useful people. You can learn something from SEO, and you need to update also yourself. You can use like Google official accounts. That's because like if something change on the Google algorithm, and you need to check this blog post or Twitter account, etc. And yeah, for the Turkish audience, maybe you can also find some accounts from Twitter. Some SEOs in the Brighton SEO, they made an episode for the Brighton SEO. They had sessions for that. Maybe you can find them, and you can follow them also. They are also uh, sharing their knowledge, their experience on this Twitter. And yeah, of course, you can follow Weekly SEO also.
yeah. And also maybe I can add something. Don't hesitate. Ask a question to person, to people, or your team every time. It's
Yeah,
also
of course.
important. So
All
despite
right.
all, Adam.
So, do you have any question before we ended this broadcast? You can ask and we can answer. Before you ask, I can say like we have a really amazing SEO news newsletter from the. You can find it like from mail, and you can join there and you can subscribe here, and you can find some useful SEO tips or SEO blog posts or SEO videos, and also you can find our weekly SEO news from this newsletter. So don't forget to subscribe. And so thank you for all your experience, Nefse. That was a really great episode. And Roman always saying that in the weekly SEO, and you are out of this world.
Thank you. Thank you for everyone who complained us.
So see you in the next weekly SEO episode. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Have a nice day.